So, Sue Bird, you see this, investor Sue Bird has no interest in Unrival's 313,000 viewership as she urges fans to look at it differently. I'm begging you to not notice it sucks.
Sue Bird is back at it. It appears that the four-time champion and great point guard, the NBA's public relations specialist, has made the decision to defend the league's unparalleled audience figures, which are, let's say, matched by my grandmother's Facebook Live feeds.
Yeah, I think the way I feel about it and kind of what I'm hearing is we can't overreact, in a sense, to some of the viewership numbers because there's just a larger story.
Meanwhile, Angel Reese's ratings seem to be declining more quickly than a brick in a swimming pool. But don't worry, Sue assures you that everything is fine. Just close your eyes and act as though the numbers have increased and the issue is resolved. Let's examine why this is so incorrect and why the entire situation is hilarious.
They wonder why no one is supporting their secondary dump. They wonder why no one is watching pretend basketball. Maybe if they focused on the actual basketball instead of focusing on their weird utopian fantasies, maybe their dump would be upgraded to a polished turd.
Therefore, Sub Bird has made the decision to stand up for the unmatched league's declining popularity, saying that everyone should concentrate on the good things. Oh, you mean the part where no one is watching? Well, let's definitely celebrate that. Of course, she's defending Unrivaled League, the WNBA's hilariously desperate branding attempt, and Angel Reese, because nothing shouts growth like supporting a player who hasn't done anything to entice people to watch. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Unrivaled League supposed to be the next big thing? But the ratings are dropping? Games are receiving fewer viewers than a 2003 cooking show rerun.
I mean, 300,000 is not good at all. Not at all. And to me, this is probably going to be their best ratings ever. After what I saw, yeah, niche market. I say less than 300,000 from this point on, a niche market. Now,
Sub truly wants us to overlook the statistics and focus only on the advancements made. But what advancements did the league make to get widespread recognition? Let's be honest. Aside from her talking trash and making cheap shots, what exactly does Angel Reese bring to the table? She's not an elite scorer or a game changer, and her so-called star power is non-existent when the cameras stop rolling. Angel Reese acts like she's the next Michael Jordan, but guess what? No one cares when she plays. I mean, the numbers don't lie. Every time Reese is on the court, viewership drops. That's not an accident. It's a clear message from the fans.
I want you to keep in mind something. In comparison to the debut week, Angel Reese's debut game with the Rose BC Basketball Club has lost over half of its viewership.
Sue Bird wants us to support all the players and look at the bigger picture, ma'am. The bigger picture is that your league finally had the spotlight, and instead of making it about skill and actual talent, they made it about drama and forcing fans to care about players they obviously don't. Let's not forget, this is coming from a player who played in an era when women's basketball had even worse viewership, so of course she's used to nobody watching, and she probably thinks these numbers are great compared to the dark ages of 2010.
Unrivaled. Folks, night one of Unrivaled, people were doing it. Do a little dance, show a little love, get down tonight. Hey, get down tonight. Oh, people were doing the cha-cha slide. Night one of Unrivaled, 313K, 311. That's a nice, not bad. That's acceptable, right? Then we get to night two. Oh, 113,000. That's not acceptable. Whoa, then we get to night three. 187,000. Oh, 120,000. Yikes, that's...
The Upstart League was out here celebrating 300,000 viewers as if they had just revolutionized basketball by throwing stuff, FY bursting bottles, and posing as the sport's new face. 3 weeks later, they're barely breaking 100,000. Oh, but hold on, things will improve. It's disgraceful that Angel Reese's squad, Rose, received less than $100,000 for a game that brought in less than $100,000. This isn't even a slight decline. It's a complete evacuation. It seems like fans saw what Unrivaled was cooking and said, No, I'm fine, and honestly, can you blame them?
Modest is a word I would use to describe ratings in the NHL. Nationally televised games in the NHL, they normally average 400,000 viewers. That's modest. Unrivaled cannot come close to reaching half that number. These ratings aren't modest, they're abysmal, they're atrocious. If I had to guess, Unrivaled is the least watched programming on TNT. Monday night, the Lunar Owls versus the Vinyl, 134,000 views.
The unsteady basketball game Sue Bird is attempting to play damage control by saying, "Oh, we can and we will. Will you lose 200,000 viewers in 3 weeks? And you want to tell people to stay calm?" The overhyped storylines and the media pushing Angel Reese on everyone as if she were the second coming of Prime Shaq people quickly tapped out. That's like a restaurant going from packed tables to tumbleweeds and the manager saying, "Don't worry, business is fine."
Angel Reese. Unrivaled basketball. Now 190 is better than 140, but both are better than the week prior and both are better than the opening night. We are headed on a downward spiral. Fast. This is falling fast, folks. This is going fast.
And let's take a moment to discuss Angel Reese because, let's face it, Unrivaled built a lot of hype around her. And what happened was that people said, "No, we don't want to watch that." Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark just casually dropped a 30-minute segment in the WNBA, and Fever Games are breaking records. Fans want to watch elite basketball, not some reality TV experiment masquerading as a league, and they fumbled hard, thinking they had the formula, but the numbers don't lie. Now, Sub Bird is over here with a nothing to see here act, while Angel Reese is busy trying to convince everyone that she is a superstar when the fans have already decided she isn't, so you can't fake greatness. Unrivaled is currently looking like one huge overhyped L, and if they don't correct it soon, they'll be out here dragging 10,000 viewers and blaming the Wi-Fi connection. Viewers are aware of what is real and what is hype.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like,
I'm sorry. I can't. She really believes that. She believed it then. She believed that they were started to watch her because of that one game.
Let's be honest for a moment. If Caitlyn Clark were in this league right now, they wouldn't be playing in glorified high school gyms with 3,000 spectators, acting like it's a packed house. Instead, those arenas would be sold out, standing room only, with the popcorn guy working overtime. There would be empty seats, low viewership, and games being played in venues so small that you could hear the coaches breathing during the broadcast. Let's also talk about the elephant in the room. How are you going to grow the game when half of the audience is made up of friends and family? You could put some of these games on a Times Square billboard for free, and people would still walk past like, "No, I'm good." I hate to break the news to some of you, but part of the issue is that some players are pushing people away, coughing. Angel Reese coughing, yes. She's out here acting like she's on a reality TV show instead of a basketball court.
Legacy crosses teams and fandoms following today's win. South Carolina coach Dawn Staley took a moment to acknowledge what Clark has done for the sport.
Just don't want to not utilize this opportunity to thank Caitlyn for what she's done for women's basketball. Like, her shoulders were heavy and getting a lot of eyeballs on our game.
I love you, Sue Bird, but this isn't it. You played the game the right way. Don't start co-signing clown behavior now. To be honest, the league needs stars, and when Caitlyn Clark finally pulls up, the lights will be brighter, the seats will be full, and all of a sudden, everyone will be locked in. Trash talk is cool, but maybe don't be talking the loudest, just a thought when you're getting cooked on defense.
Well, we're going to talk about yet more records. All right, black and white sports supporters. Well, we're going to talk about yet more records, attendance-wise and ratings-wise, that Caitlyn Clark has now obtained and captured. And she drew another big rating on NBA TV. which she's broken every WNBA record they've had on there this year, and then she broke another.
Known as Miss Angel Reese, she spent the entire previous season telling us that she was the reason people watched women's basketball, that she was carrying the league, and that she was making the WNBA must-see TV. Well, the numbers just dropped, and the NBA told the girl that she wasn't unrivaled. The so-called future of the league tour that she is on is losing viewers like a bad mixtape, even though it is free on TV, and people are still saying, no, I'm fine. I'm changing the game too.
Just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game. And
in the meanwhile, in Indiana, Caitlyn Clark is jokingly getting ready for one of the biggest WNBA seasons ever. The Fever's ticket sales are through the roof. Their games are already sold out. The hype is unbelievable. And what's Angel doing well? She's probably working out for another 2 for 11 nights, while her unmatched numbers continue to decline, let's face it. Because she talked so much that people mistook volume for impact, the WNBA never wanted Angel Reese to be the one they entertained for roughly 5 minutes last year. However, the league had one player in mind all along, Caitlyn Clark, which is why Indiana is set to appear on national TV more than ever before, and why everyone is anticipating her second season in the WNBA. As a result, Angel Reese is free to tweet as many inspirational quotes as she wants, but people aren't paying attention.
By the way, Indiana's a small market. It ain't New York City, ain't LA, ain't Chicago. It's not the Sky, it's not the Liberty, it's not the Sparks. We're talking about the Indiana Fever, led by a girl that was playing at Iowa. Is producing the most watched WNBA games in over 2 decades.
And let's not even talk about the I'm changing the game nonsense, changing the game, or how to get people to watch something else, because if that's the game, then yeah, she's cooking. The WNBA literally had to put Clark on as many primetime games as they could, because Reese's period of change lasted as long as a TikTok trend. The funniest part is that she actually believed she was going to take over the league, saying things like, you can't be the face of the WNBA when your biggest highlight is talking trash after someone else hits a shot. I don't know, good look, but the truth is straightforward. The WNBA needed a superstar who could truly shift the needle, and that's not Angel Reese. The league and the numbers agree, and she will soon have to acknowledge it as well, but at least she still has Twitter.
When we get to Saturday, we start getting there. Saturday coverage, 98,000 on True TV alone. On True TV alone, but they must not have counted TNT. It wasn't on TNT. It was on True TV only. Okay? It was on True TV only. So no TNT numbers, no HBO Max numbers. Lunar Owls on True TV, 118,000. Missed Rose on True TV, 76,000.
The funniest part is that Subbird is out there trying to sound upbeat, like a teacher telling a failing student, you're doing great, sweetie. But come on, we all see it. The league started off strong, and the hype was genuine, but then it started losing viewers more quickly than Angel Reese loses a one-on-one match against real talent. How do you spin this? Oh, we still have millions watching. Yes, you also had millions more. Something is wrong, and let's face it, this drop isn't happening overnight. People were watching basketball, not whatever Angel Reese was doing, and she's flopping around like a fish out of water, barking at players like she's an off-leash chihuahua. 3 weeks ago, that would have been like a restaurant boasting about serving 500 customers when they used to have 1,000. People that came to see prime-time hoops ended up stuck watching reality TV with the greatest twerker.
Unfortunately for Angel, she was caught on a hot mic last night during a timeout running her mouth about one Sabrina Ionescu, and my goodness, that was a mistake.
Sadly, Angel was caught on camera talking trash about one Sabrina Ionescu during a timeout last night. My goodness, that was a mistake. You are a legend, but you're standing behind this mess, and you think fans are stupid? No, they watched the game and dipped. If the league truly focused on basketball rather than hype trains that go down in 3 weeks, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But here we are, numbers don't lie, and smile all you want, but the scoreboard looks terrible.
Which was just okay. Now it's below 200,000. Actually, those 2 games, it took 2 of those games to add up to those similar numbers. I don't know, my math's not the greatest, but I don't think either game matched up to 300,000. Yeah.
Let's see what Unrivaled has planned for the upcoming weeks, although things don't seem promising. The first ratings of 300,000 were respectable, but how is it possible that they were reached in just 3 weeks? And to think that Caitlyn could have participated in this league, just think of the numbers if she had been playing her best. Additionally, subscribe to see more videos today.